bring us two absolute martinis. You know how I like them, straight up. And then precisely 7 1/2 minutes after that, you're gonna bring us 2 more. Then 2 more after that every 5 minutes until one of us passes the fuck out.
It's up to each and every one of you, my highly trained Stratonites, my killers who will not take no for an answer. My fucking warriors will not hang up the phone until their client either buys or fucking
Well. GM. G.
To the
M. Morning, my friends. DJs, Diamond Hand Fam, Fortune Fuel Crew, Super Soldiers, 1%ers, Pioneers, Pursuers, Pivoters, Builders, Brothers and Sisters, Hermanos y Hermanas, mamas y papas, anyone I may have left out, and anyone in between. Welcome back. And welcome into the best way to start your day. It's time to get fired up at Forging Fuel. Baby.
Woo!
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 Woo! Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah!
Woo! That's right, my friends. Here we are back live in prime time on Forge and Fuel, the 709th episode to be exact, on this terrific Tuesday morning. It is April the 15th, 2025, and we hope you're ready to come alive because we got one hell of a show on tap for you here.
Another one.
On this TERRIFIC Tuesday, then you're going to know what to do with, baby. We got more motivation, more inspiration, and more good vibration coming your way over the duration of this program than you are going to even know how to handle over the duration of one show.
Yeah, buddy.
You may be asking yourself, who the hell is that on my screen? Well, I am your humbled, honored, and clearly always hyped host, Colton Capp Sroka, and I can't thank you enough for choosing to stop by, hang out with me and my guy, and dive down those aforementioned motivational and inspirational rabbit holes unlike any other. Now, I said my guy, and I'll say my man, and I'll say my friend multiple times over the duration of this program. You'll be hearing various sounds coming from all around, and you'll be seeing me transition all over your screen without me even doing a doggone thing. How is that possible? Well, not without Mr. Producer of this fine morning show, Derek DZ Snow, DEEZY. What's on and poppin', my guy? Hey, lightweight, baby. Shout out DEEZY. Appreciate the hell out of you, my guy. I was thinking about you in the gym yesterday, hitting a little buys and tries. Gonna be smacking some legs today. It's a little leg day for the kid. Hey.
Yeah.
What am I worried about? Am I dragging my knuckles? Hell no. Am I upset about going and putting some heavy shit on my back and going up and down with it a few times? Hell no. I'm blessed with the opportunity to actually be able to do that shit. So many people would like to be doing quad curls, hammy curls, hip adductors and whatever the hell other ductors there are. So for them, in honor of them, because they don't have the ability, I go out there and do it for them and get even more gratitude because I didn't just do it for me, I did it for them too. And if you ask me, gratitude is the only attitude. I don't like that saying gratitude is the attitude. Gratitude is the only attitude. There is no negativity. There is no bullshit. There is no doubt. There is no anxiety, depression, worry, fear. All of that is nonsense. It's all cooked up in your head, and I just wanted to make that clear. Now, my friends, clearly I'm feeling pretty good this morning. Clearly I have already got a few triggers.
He's on fire!
You better have brought a fire extinguisher to this show, don't you know? And shout out to our new friends, new viewers out there. I was having a conversation with a few gents at the gym yesterday, and I said, hey, what do you do? I said, oh, we do this. What do you do? I said, networking and entertainment, man. No shit. Like podcasts? I say, yeah, like podcasts. Really? I say, yeah, God bless me with the ability to entertain. I do some events. I do a little this, a little that. Well, why you holding out on a motherfucker? Let us know the podcast. I said, well, hey, man, I'm not a shill. I'll never like to sell what I do and push people or whatever. Hey, you find it, you find it. Well, come on, show me what's the deal. So shout out to the guy, Dave, the man, the myth, the legend, and anybody else who might be tuning in live in prime time from LA Fitness this morning. We appreciate the hell out of you getting your day started the right way at F&F Baby. And all of you OGs live in the chat. What's on and popping, you chicken suckers? Before I forget, before I go any further, before we can tap into those vibes on the opposite side, I must humbly ask you to do a few things for me and D's that we may continue to bring this show to you at this level each and every day. Please, if you can find it in that big old heart of yours to do so, baby, please take a few moments to Doggone headphones. Smash that subscribe button on whatever platform you're currently ingesting the Forge and Fuel podcast on. If you are watching on YouTube, you might as well hit that notification bell located over in that direction as well, right next to your subscribe button, so you never miss the start of a live show or any additional content dropping here on the channel. And if you're enjoying this morning's program, you might as well hit that like button right over in this direction here, so you can help that algo go and flow on the old tube of the U variety. But maybe you don't like the old tried and true tube. Maybe you like a little bit newer platform. Maybe that censorship-free platform that's called the RUMBLE. Yes, that's the platform for you and me. And if you are tapped in, tuned in, locked in, live in prime time over there this morning, maybe you could take a moment to smash that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and even crush a like button as well, and help that algo go and flow on the rum bell. But maybe you don't like either one of those platforms. Maybe your viewing platform of pleasure is the old X app. Doubles as your everything app. You get the news, you get the truth, you get to connect with other high-level human beings, and you get motivated and inspired by this show each and every day. And if you are watching on X, maybe you could take a moment to hit that heart button. Maybe smash that repost button. And maybe even crush that quote post button. And let the people know on your X timeline why you've decided to tune in live in prime time to Forge and Fuel this morning. And last, but certainly not least, if you are listening to this podcast on your favorite podcast directory, like Apple, Amazon, or potentially even watching along on Spotify, maybe you could take a moment to give us a follow, leave us a 5-star rating, or in all honesty, just take a moment to smash the shit out of whatever button you see on your screen, because it only helps us continue to grow and flow on all those platforms as well. Nah, man.
Yeah, buddy.
Shout out to all you beautiful human beings tapped in, tuned in, locked in, live in prime time, regardless of whatever platform you're on. And if you've already hit those buttons and help us get going and flowing in the algo, we can't thank you enough. But maybe you're sitting there saying, whoa. I tune into all types of shows and I don't hit that like, I don't hit that notification bell. Why do you deserve it? Well, maybe this show makes you laugh. Maybe this show makes you cry. Maybe this show makes you think. Maybe this show gives you some perspective where you go, whoo, I ain't never thought of it that way before. And if so, don't be a hoe, share the show, be a friend, tell a friend, let somebody know, and we will proceed with this morning's program.
Be rude.
That's right, my friends. Don't be rude. You see, we have a very, very great show for you this morning. And we need your support. We need you because there is going to be so much growth. So much growth happening. You're going to say, Capped, easy, no more growth. My brain can't handle it. But we're just going to keep growing. We're going to keep growing. And you're just going to have to deal with it. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 709 of Forge and Fuel is officially underway on this terrific Tuesday. Excuse me. Can't thank you enough for stopping by and catching some vibes before you go and try to attack the world outside. Maybe you're already attacking the world outside and you notice everybody out there has got rain clouds above their heads, nothing but storms and dark skies just dragging your knuckles everywhere they go. So maybe you can be the sunshine. Maybe you're already out there and you're just tapping in so you can get you little vibes to give it back out to everybody you're already around with outside. Regardless of wherever you are, my friends, that doesn't matter. You could be working out. You could be pouring your first cup of Java for the day. Good morning, Vietnam! Cheers to me, cheers to thee, if you are, baby. Ooh! Yeah! I'm a pothead. Oh! Maybe you've already chugged down. Oh, hang on. Shout out. Maybe you've already chugged down a whole pot of coffee. I don't know. Maybe you've got some pre-workout in you. Maybe you're whipping and drifting down the E-way at 80 plus miles an hour with an imaginary yellow line dividing you between them other crazies out there coming the same speed at the opposite direction right at your grill. Maybe you're inside the four walls of your cubicle. Honestly, I have no idea. Maybe you have convinced your boss to allow you to put this show on your projector up there in the front of the building, or maybe on the smart board if you have one of those. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone in the office. Hope you're having a solid start to the day. Appreciate you tuning in to Forge and Fuel, or wherever you may be, baby. Now, I said moments ago, if you tune into this show, you get an opportunity to have a full day before 10 a.m. on the East Coast. Now, how is that possible? By checking 3 specific boxes. On this program, we like to laugh, we like to cry, and we like to think. Now, you may laugh so hard that your emotions are moved to tears by that direction. You may think so much that your emotions are moved to tears by that direction. Or you may cry so much over the duration of this program because you can't stop laughing, you can't stop thinking, and your emotions are just all over the place. Whatever it might be, I guarantee we're going to check those 3 boxes for thee. So without further ado, friends and family, boy, I'm really a poet, now you know it this morning. Without further ado, let's get into your opening of this show, your faux opening, with your morning laughs of the day. And my friends, we get into morning laugh number 1. That just has me all sorts of confused. Just about as confused as the man in the video. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, morning laugh number 1. I thought we hated the devil.
Church for saying fuck the devil. What the fuck? I thought we hated that motherfucker. I just got kicked out of church for saying fuck the devil. What the fuck? I thought we hated that motherfucker. I just got kicked out of church for saying fuck the devil. What the fuck? I thought we hated that motherfucker.
I mean, what's the deal? God. I thought we hated that son of a bitch. I don't know. What's the problem? I can't say fuck the devil? What's wrong? That silly little cunt. Oh, no. I said the C word. Oh, shit. Here we are in US of A.
Fake news. It's phony stuff.
Hattie Pimblett was talking about that this weekend. Well, why is that such a bad word in the US of A? We just go around all over the UK saying it. Nobody bats an eye. You come to the US of A. I thought this was the land of the free, the home of the brave. What's the deal, you know? Wrong. And then we can't go to church and say fuck the devil? I thought we hated that motherfucker. What's the problem? I don't understand. Somebody explain to me, please. Who's to say, who's to know? I see some triggers tripped, some funny bones tickled there in the chat as we begin your morning laughs of the show. Your second morning laugh of the day, my friends, features a documentary, if you will. A little reminder as we get to the warmer months and some insects begin to fly about your area. Maybe you have a lot of flowers around. So you got these 2 specific insects that tend to purvey your area of observation, baby. What am I talking about? Well, those insects that everybody seems to be afraid of, bees and wasps. And your morning laugh number 2, my friends, is the difference between bees and wasps.
That a bee?
Chill, son. I'm not gonna stink you, bro. We good. I just had to fly back to the crib, so you know. But I'm not on that, bro. We good.
All right, bro. Chill, bro. Don't see me, bro.
Oh, we good. I'm chilling.
Chill.
Stop moving. Son.
Okay, bro. Okay.
I'm about to sting you, bro.
Okay.
I sting niggas for no reason.
I'm going about my day, bro. Let me go, bro.
No,
bro.
keep moving. I'm finna crash out, bro.
I'm finna crash out, bro.
Bro, I'm just mad. I'm mad at the world.
Bro, let me go about my day, bro. What the hell? Is that a bee?
Chill, son. I'm not gonna sting you, bro. We good. I just had to fly back to the crib, so you know. But I'm not on that, bro. We good.
All right, bro. Chill, bro. Don't see me, bro.
Oh, we good. I'm chilling.
Chill.
Don't move. Stop moving. Son.
Okay, bro. Okay.
I'm about to sting you, bro.
Okay.
I sting niggas for no reason.
I'm going about my day, bro. Let me go, bro.
No,
bro.
keep moving. I'm finna crash out, bro.
Bro,
I'm just mad. I'm mad at the world.
Bro, let me go about my day, bro. Bro.
He said, I'm just mad. I'm mad at the world. I'm about to crash out, man. Get away from me. Isn't that funny? You don't really get stung by bees. They're just trying to get back to the crib. They're chilling. They're cooling and booling, just pollinating, no problems. And then you got the doggone wasp. He's ready to spin the block. Anytime you see a wasp, you know it is on like Donkey Kong. You better get out of the area. Flee. Go. Run. Do not try and fight. You know that's the worst thing in the world, because once of them little sons of bitches sting you, then all of their buddies that you ain't ever seen before, now all of a sudden they come out of nowhere because the pheromones are released and you're just getting stung left, right, and center. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just get out. Get out of the situation. We don't need that issue. Then you got to be flicking those stingers out with a credit card. And that's just, that's the worst thing ever. So, hey, just, you run into a group of bees just chilling on the block. You be all right. Okay. But, you see some wasps whipping around the block. You better get out. Get out of the block quick. Who's to say, who's to know? Your third laugh of the morning, friends, features a clip that has been circulating around the internet over the last 24 hours, and it is simple, sweet, and full of laughter. My friends, this is your morning laugh number 3, the greatest cooking show.
Successfully. My largest client is now on the bulk phase. Let's begin. Perfect. And that's how you successfully make a bulking meal.
Bruh. Oh my. If you haven't seen it, the man in the beanie and the cow are good friends. They live with each other. The cow sleeps indoors, if I'm not mistaken. They are always together. And they do cooking segments. They do recipes. However, the cooking segments never seem to go exactly like they're supposed to. The recipes never seem to exactly turn out, and I don't know why. And now other famous individuals on the Instaslam that do cooking and recipes are now teaming up with them to create even better recipes, and still somehow those recipes aren't turning out as good as they are in the cookbook. I don't know. Maybe it's the sous chef. I have no idea. However, there is the greatest cooking show, my friends. And your morning laugh, number 1, number 2, and number 3. There is your opening of the show, my friends. And I see we were tickling a couple funny bones. Shout out to all you beautiful humming beings alive in prime time in the chat. If you don't know, you won't know, but the live chat is open all morning long. Whether you're on YouTube, it's over there. If you're on X, it's down there. If you're on Rumble, it's down there as well. No matter where you're at, though, as long as you're tuned in live to the show, you can dish out whatever you might want the people to know. So if it's some additional perspective, some knowledge, some insights, a question on a topic we cover today, or a question on an obstacle that you're currently dealing with and how might you need some help turning it into an opportunity, baby. Without further ado, my friends, as that reminder for you to drop those thoughts in the live chat. If you don't know, you won't know. We will be getting into those thoughts, those perspectives that you dish out in the third and final segment of the day, Answers from the Anvil. And speaking of segments, it appears to me, as I hope to thee, friends and family, that it is time to get into your first official segment of the day. It's time to get a little motivated and inspirated, ready to crush through those obstacles and turn them right into opportunities all day, baby. So if that sounds like something you could use, well, sit back, relax, and let's draw back the first bowstring and send the first arrow of the day your way. as we get into your sharpening session. Alrighty then, my friends. Here we are back live in prime time for your first segment of the day. Here on episode 709 of Forge and Fuel on this terrific Tuesday morning, April the 15th, 2025. And we hope you're ready to come alive if that coffee in your cup ain't been doing it for you yet this morning. I got a little water on that transition, but I could sure use a little jobber. Oh, no stress, no stress, no stress, no stress. Who's to know? If you know, you know. You had to be around for those days. A little third brunch. Who's to say? Who's to know? Ooh. Well, my friends, where are we beginning on this morning's show? Well, we've already began with some good laughs, some good thoughts, some good chuckles. But now we got to really start thinking. We got to really start getting that brain working. So get you a little WD-40. Grease up the gears. Get ready for them to turn and burn. I don't need no smoke pouring out of your ears, all right? As we begin on your opening topic of the day, why does time fly? Why does time fly? And if you were here yesterday, my friends, I mentioned on the Reaction Refinery that I was going to stop going down a rabbit hole because I remembered a quote and I thought that it would be a great opening topic for today. So, my friends, I want to share that quote with you right off the bat. And it is a quote from Seneca, one of the great Stoics. And he said, "But life is very short and anxious for those who forget the past, neglect the present, and fear the future." But life is very short and anxious for those who forget the past, neglect the present, and fear the future. So why does time fly? Because we focus on everything besides the present moment. If you break down the Seneca quote, we forget the past. What does that mean? We don't turn losses into lessons. We don't take those failures and turn them around as brand new opportunities to flourish. We don't use the trials and tribulations as our next chance at triumph. We forget the past. We don't remember all the things that we've been through, all the hills and mountains that we've climbed just to get to where we are today. And we get lost in this cycle of, oh, I don't know if I can. I probably won't be able to. Oh, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. When guaranteed we've been through worse things before. There's been worse deals than this, and you've survived. So why can't you survive again? And neglect the present. What is neglecting the present? Not taking life one moment at a time. OMAT sits on my desk every single day, so I see it one moment at a time. Not 1 minute, not 1 hour, not 1 day, not 1 step, 1 moment. Because maybe you have to take a breath before you can even take that step. And that breath was that moment. It's not an all-encompassing thing. 1 moment at a time. Find joy in the generous present moment. Neglecting the present is not being like a duck, water off a duck's back. It's not wearing life like a loose garment. It's being all buttoned up in that winter coat and tying the drawstrings tight on the old hood. And not realizing that, again, everything you've been through has brought you right to this present moment. And fear the future. That's living in doubt and insecurity. That's not trusting that you have the ability to make it through yet again. That's not realizing that You have everything you need right now to get to where you want to go. You just have to dial in the frequencies and put all your energy into it and watch the magic flow. It's that simple, but far too often, as human beings, we fear the future because we can't see. It lacks clarity. It lacks solidness. It lacks being able to see it. We need to see proof in order to believe as human beings. But the cool thing about the future is that even if we couldn't see it, we probably still wouldn't believe it, because the version we are now is not the version that we need to be to get to that thing. And we're going to have to go through the trials and the tribulations and the losses and the lessons and all the shit in order to be living in all the good. I thought about this other quote, and you hear people say this a lot when it comes to this saying, what time flies, right? Time flies when you're having fun, right? Oh, time flies when you're having fun. Everybody likes to say that. But are you really having fun? Is that just a quote that we say, oh yeah, time flies when you're having fun? Really, are you having fun? Are you living this life with fulfillment and joy and purpose and passion and gratitude? Or are you just dragging your knuckles, trying to make it to the next day, the next moment, the next month, the next bill, whatever it is? What's the alternative? How do you want to live? And you know, I was talking to somebody yesterday about this whole journey and how this all started. And if you don't know the story, it literally started for me because I wanted to chase fulfillment over chasing a paycheck. I had worked my way up in corporate America. I had climbed the ladder. I was a business development manager of an entire SoCal territory selling SaaS software, making $125K plus a year with my eyes closed. I had done it. I'd got to where everybody wanted to be. I was at the precipice. The next thing was director of sales, president. You know, keep working up the corporate ladder. But I had no fulfillment. I was bringing in shitloads of money for the company. I was bringing in shitloads of money for myself. I didn't have a worry in the world, but I had no fulfillment. And I was sitting here one day working at this desk, and I had the Pat McAfee show on, and I heard him say the words that made me take the leap of faith. I wanted to chase fulfillment over chasing a paycheck. And I realized I was doing the opposite. I was chasing a paycheck trying to find fulfillment, instead of getting the inside right and letting the outside follow along. Doing what I know I needed to do to get into the millionaire lanes of life. And that's not working for somebody else. That's not punching a clock and answering to somebody else. So I decided to take the leap of faith. And it's been the greatest thing that I ever decided to do. And boy, oh boy, have I had some fun. There's been a lot of ups and downs and trials and tribulations and moment after moment where I thought about throwing in the towel. But every single time I just used that towel to wipe off the sweat, tossed it back into the corner because I knew I had my dogs back there, and went back out for another round. And now the rounds are coming a little easier. The punches are getting thrown a little smoother. My defense is getting a little better. And that's just momentum. Showing up each and every day, staying consistent. And you've seen it with DZ too. He's grown. He's gotten better. He's become a better producer. He's become a better content creator. He's become a better personal trainer and fitness coach and nutritional coach. What we do here has so much power. And it's because we realize the present moment. We don't fear the future. Fuck, we don't even think about the future. We got a vision. We got a plan. Yeah, for sure. But it's going to work out how it's going to work out. And 99% of the time, it doesn't work out how we envision it. So why even fucking worry about it? We're not going to worry about the past. We're not going to waste time wringing our hands and saying this, that, and the third. And, oh, this is my past trauma and my old story, as we've been talking about. Oh, these are all the losses that I've gone through. I told DZ yesterday, we recently went through some shit. I said, here was the lesson for me, my guy. This is what I learned. This was my part in it. I didn't do anything wrong in the situation, but in me, this is what I did wrong, and this is what I need to do better going forward. And most people can't do that. They can't have someone stab them in the back or have a terrible situation happen or lose a significant other or whatever and say, what part of this is mine? Where did I go wrong? What did I do in this? Something had to cause this. I can't just be out here floating. I'm not the only one. And if you can take accountability and responsibility like that, and even if you didn't break the damn dish, still take responsibility of I came to the party. I fucking helped hang up streamers. I had one of the blowers in my mouth. Whatever it is, take that responsibility. And I know that's kind of a rabbit hole, so I'll get back to the thoughts. And I'll leave you with this. You know, we have the perfect amount of time in each and every day to do exactly what we need to do. Every single day, you have the perfect amount of time. So stop rushing. Everybody keeps rushing. Why aren't we taking our time? Shout out Malcolm McCormick. He's no longer with us. I bet you he wished he didn't rush around so much. Why are you rushing? You have all the time you need. Take your time on that phone call. Take your time in that conversation. Listen to what that person has to say. That conversation might be a conversation that changes your entire life, but because you rushed through it and all you did was hear that person, not listen to them, you don't get the value that you were supposed to get. And that's why you keep having that same interaction over and over and over and over, because you're not learning the lesson. And on that same tip, stop overthinking. If we have the perfect amount of time in every single day, why do we have to overthink what we're doing? Why don't we just do it? And that's the key point. Just do. Right here and right now. Forget the future. Don't forget the past. Learn from it. Don't fear the future. And be right here in the present moment. You know, it's so funny how this Seneca quote is spot on. Our lives can feel so short. Time just flies by. We're filled with anxiety because we neglect the present moment. We worry about all the things that could come in the future. We remember all the losses of the past instead of remembering the lessons they gave us to make us the version we are now, and pushing the toes into the ground and saying, here I am, where do I go now? It's funny how fast life can slip when you're focused on everything but right here and now. So if you want to slow life down, if you don't want time to fly by, if you want to quit saying the saying, which I don't say anymore, time flies when you're having fun, then come to the present moment. Don't fear the future. And don't forget the past. Why does time fly? Well, there you have it, my friends. Everybody wants to talk about time going so fast these days, but no one wants to tell you how to slow it down. Hope you're in a little bit slower of a mindset. And also you might think, well, Cap, that's all great and everything, but my brain's still going 100 million miles an hour. And I don't know. Whoa. You control your brain. Your brain doesn't control you. Again, you have enough time in every single day to do everything you need to do. One moment at a time. Stop overthinking everything. Stop wringing your hands over every little issue. Stop doubting and fearing that you will not make it through. All you have to do is believe, and it will be. It is that simple. Believe, and it will be. Oh, Cap, it can't be that simple. No, it is. Believe, and it will be. There's no room for fear, no room for doubt, no room for anything else. Just believe, and it will be. Well, my friends and family, there is your first segment of the day, your sharpening session. Why does time fly? And your second segment of the day, my friends, is quickly coming your way. And it's time to get this proverbial show train steaming on down the tracks all the way towards Perspective Station. As we get into your second segment of the day and add to these thoughts and continue to grow that mindset, baby. As we draw back the bowstring and send that second arrow of the day your way, it's time for your Reaction Refinery. Okie dokie, artichokes. Here we are once again, back live in prime time. Ooh, a little good to see out of my right eye. You know when you get one a little fuzzy. Whoa, I'm blind. Oh shit! Shout out to all you beautiful human beings out there live in a prime time, starting your day the right way here at FNF, baby. I'm gonna keep that with me. That's good. I'm gonna keep that over here. Once again. Here we are on your second segment of the day, your Reaction Refinery, on episode 709 of Forge and Fuel, baby. If you haven't checked your calendar yet today, it is April the 15th, 2025, and I hope you're ready to continue coming alive because we got plenty more vibes coming your way from this side. And without any further hesitation or delay, it's time to get into your 1, 2, 3, and 4 clips of the day. And clip number 1, my friends, features a man that we've had on this program before. He is a thought provoker, a perspective pusher. He's given us some thoughts about success. And once again, here to do the exact same thing, but this time, give us some insights on the true measure of intelligence.
Don't settle for mediocrity.
Don't settle for mediocrity. And I think the only, people debate intelligence, for example, right? We talk about IQ tests and all that. But I think the only true test of intelligence is if you get what you want out of life. And there are 2 parts to that. One is getting what you want, so you know how to get it. And the second is wanting the right things, knowing what to want in the first place. I could want to be a 6'8" basketball player, and I'm not going to get that. So it's wanting the wrong thing. The best outcomes come when you think it through for yourself and decide for yourself. And I don't think people spend enough time deciding. The amount of time we spend deciding what to do and who to do it with, very short, very, very short, right? We spend, 3 months deciding, 1 month deciding on a job where we're going to be for 10 years or 5 years. And because a lot of discovery is path dependent, where the next thing you find on the path is dependent on where you were on the previous path, you sort of start going down this vector that is a very long distance. People decide frivolously which city to live in, and that's going to decide who their friends are, what their jobs are, their opportunity, their weather, their food supply, their air supply, quality of life. It's such an important decision, but people spend so little time thinking it through. I would argue that if you're making a 4-year decision, spend a year thinking it through, like really thinking it through.
25% of the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. The true measure of intelligence is if you get what you want. And I just go back to stop rushing. Why are we all rushing? Why are we overthinking? We are already on the path. And we spend so little time thinking about these jobs that we're going to be in for 10 years, or these career paths, or the person that we're going to marry. Wow, I wonder why there's such high divorce rates right now. We don't take the time to sit back and reflect and think on these things. We just do them. There is a time and a place to take the leap of faith, but there's also a time and a place to think and reflect and take moments to, whoa, slow down. Am I doing the right thing here? Am I on the right path, or have I gotten way off the right path and I'm on somebody else's path? And you know what to do. You have that fire, that flame that burns inside of you, that little flame that you can't put out, that you could, you should, you would do, but maybe you just don't have the resources right now. However, you just got to make it happen. Well, your job is to go find the nearest can of gasoline and dump it on that fire in whatever form that may be. Whether that's writing the goal down or the dream down in the form of a goal and breaking it down in the secret formula. A dream with a date written next to it becomes a goal. That goal broken down into steps becomes a plan, and that plan backed with daily consistent action becomes your reality. Maybe it's that simple. Maybe it is just sitting back and thinking, taking time to think about where you're at, being still for a moment, not being in the constant rat race and the revolutions, realizing that power is found in quietness, in stillness, but this system allows us to have none of it. That is directly from the basic instructions before leaving Earth. In quietness and stillness is your strength, but you would have none of it. The system takes us away from our power. Take time to think, take time to slow down, and you will get what you want. Because again, the only way to take time to slow down and think about what you want is to come to the present moment. And when you're in the present moment, there's no ability to fear the future. When you're in the present moment, focused on getting the inside right and allowing the outside to follow along, you get an opportunity to reflect on the losses you turned into lessons and not think about them as only losses and think, boy, I've fallen before. I don't know if I fall again, I won't be able to get up this mountain. Who says? You're already here. You're already alive. It's just the next phase. It's just the next leap that you have to take. You know what you have to do. You know what you can get out of life. But so many people around you tell you, I don't know, man. That would be pretty crazy. That if you had faith and that everything went wrong, you'd be in a real position then. I don't know, man. What are you gonna be? The next Joe Rogan? No, that's not what I'm going to be. If I ever tried to be Joe Rogan, I could only be the second best Joe Rogan. But I can take things that Joe Rogan does well, apply them as tools in my tool belt, and become the number one Colton Soroka. Become the best version of me. And that's the real competition. Not trying to beat somebody else out there that is in your same lane or doing podcasting or building the same business or has the same idea. That's all fucking hogwash anyway. They're on their own path. They're on their own journey. God is giving them trials and tribulations that you would never even dream of dealing with, and vice versa. It is your purpose, your passion, your calling. So every morning, your only competition is that chicken sucker that wakes up with you and you see him in the mirror or you see her in the mirror. And your only goal is when you wake up in the morning and you see that person, the same person you see at night has gotten 1% better. Do not compare yourself to people who are out there in life. Don't compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday. And even make it simpler, compare yourself to who you were this morning. You brush your teeth in the morning, you brush your teeth at night. Are you a better version of you that was brushing your teeth this morning that is brushing your teeth right now? Is the present version of you happy with the past version of you? And if not, I guarantee you there's going to be that glaring thing right in front of you that you messed up, that you know you need to work on. And I guarantee you're going to get an opportunity to do it tomorrow. But far too often as human beings, we don't take the time to look at it that simply, reflect, think, sit back for a moment, and get our answers. We want to find our answers in everyone else. We want to focus on all the other cars on the road of life when they're not even in our lane. My friends, the true measure of intelligence is getting in the car, letting go of the steering wheel, and just watching you get yourself get to the destination. Shout out Naval Ravikant. Your second clip of the second segment of the day, Friends and Family, features a man we all know. Whether you know him from movies in his younger years or movies in his later years, or whether you know him for his short downfall, which turned into a long uprising, if you will. He goes by the name of Shia LaBeouf. And here he is this morning to give us a little perspective on some of the reflections he's done, some of the thoughts and perspectives he's gained with a little bit of insights on your opinion.
Fuck what you think, you know? I don't care what you think about. I don't give a fuck what you think, you know? I don't care what you think about me. I had come from an environment with very little cheerleading going on. And so I created a sort of survival instinct where I would cut people out and minimize opinions. And the way that I would do that is I had to believe that my opinion was greater than everybody else's opinion around me. Fuck what you think, you know? I don't care what you think about me. I had come from an environment with very little cheerleading going on. And so I created a sort of survival instinct where I would cut people out and minimize opinions. And the way that I would do that is I had to believe that my opinion was greater than everybody else's opinion around me.
That mindset right there is the only reason why I am where I am today. I was never good enough. I never measured up. Hell, even to my own father and grandfather, I was never good enough. I was always missing the mark. I was never the best baseball player. I was never doing this right, doing that right. I was always fucking this up or fucking that up. I was never good enough. And then I would go to school and I didn't fit in with anybody. I wasn't cool enough to be in the popular kids, but I was too cool to fit in with the nerds and the weirdos. So here I was just fucking by myself. Thank God for Mama Capp, my own personal cheerleader. You'll even see her in this chat every single day. I come from an environment where cheerleading wasn't a big thing and where people stay stuck and where people have this vision of what their life is going to be. And it's not moving out of the 5-mile radius that they've lived in their whole life. They'll most likely move into a home right next to their childhood home. They'll marry their high school sweetheart. They'll have kids. And really, it's not their high school sweetheart. It's just somebody that they met in high school and they kind of like them and they love them. The sex is fun. Okay, cool, whatever. We should get married. Everybody thinks we're good together. All right. And they never find the best versions of themselves. And sure, I guess we need those people. But why? Why? Why can't we all be the best versions of ourselves? Why can't we all choose to become something better? Why can't we all say, fuck your opinion? I don't give a damn what you think about me. You know, I have my own baseball coach, guy I still look up to this day. Had me at a award ceremony or whatever the hell you want to call it. And I had batting average and all types of fucking awards for the year. And when he called my name to stand up and give me the awards that I had and the plaques and whatever, one of the things he said is, now Colton Soroka knows he's Colton Soroka. And at the time, I really hated that. I despised it. It was like somebody, oh, you're so cocky. And as I've gotten older, I realized you're damn right. You're damn right Colton Soroka knows he's Colton Soroka. Who the fuck else am I? Who else am I trying to be? And, you know, I had gotten to this precipice of my life, who I thought I was supposed to be, what I was supposed to be doing, that corporate America. I had the girl. I was working on making her my wife. All the things were happening in my life. It was at 25, 26 years old. I was doing shit that people are at 30. I was making the fucking moves. And then all of a sudden, the whole rug got ripped out from underneath me. I was rugged to the highest extent. I got fired from my job. I struggled for a hot minute. I had one of the most embarrassing Christmases of my life. I had gotten fired from my job. I had just started a new job on the week of my birthday. I was working on my birthday, December 7th, because I was trying to make money, trying to make ends meet, trying to figure shit the fuck out. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Christmas came like that. I didn't have money to buy shit. I was living with a guy who had a pretty decent job, didn't get fired from his job, was basically getting paid the same I had. So he had plenty of money. He had a girlfriend. I had a girlfriend. He was buying her all types of shit, gifts under the tree. I couldn't do that. And that was the start of the downfall. That was the start of somebody not being able to stick by your side through the highs and lows, realizing, oh, this guy ain't got it all together. And that's That's not people I need in my life. I need people when inevitably the worst of the worst comes, when inevitably I fall down the hill, they're not going to back out on me. They're going to give me ideas and opportunities that are going to continue to push me down my path. I need mentors in my life that are not going to give me plan B, plan C, plan D, or even plan fucking Z. They're going to remind me that I'm on plan A, and this is what I need to do to keep going down plan A's path. There is no other option. There is no other path. There is no other purpose. Stop even thinking about that shit. You're wasting time. That's the type of people I need in my corner. The people who will always push me forward and not give me their opinions because they want me to stop. Give me their opinions because they want me to get better. I need people who are going to brutally tell me the truth and say, this is the way it is. And hey, heard this the other day. You heard something about me? You heard some rumor, some gossip, some drama? Good. It's true. Believe it. Now leave me the fuck alone. Thanks. Appreciate it. You got no idea half the things that I deal with. And that's not trademarked. You all can feel free to use it. Somebody wants to gossip, drama, say they heard this about you. Yeah, it's true. Believe it. It's all good. Yeah. Leave me alone. So what? They want to believe it. They want to think it's true. You know it's not. What difference does it make? You're not competing with them. You're competing with you. And if it's not true, tell them, howdy do. Trip some triggers in me there, Shia LaBeouf. Whew. Your third clip of the morning, my friends. If you don't believe me, you don't think I've figured out the secrets of this thing called life at only 29 years of age. You don't think I do this every single day to help you realize your purposes and your passions. Well, don't take it from me. Take it from somebody that we have been on his property. Oh, yes, that's right, my friends. For those of you that were at the second annual J&J Weekend Getaway, who's to say, who's to know, baby? You had an opportunity to be at this man's facility. The one facility known as First Form. And this man here started this brand and has grown it and has become one of the leading voices on how to get through adversity, obstacles, and turn them into opportunity. My friends, joining us this morning, the one and only Andy Frisella, with some perspective on what happens if you don't do it.
What's life going to look like if you don't do it? What's your life going to look like if you don't fucking go out and build what the fuck you want to build? That you have this little vision in your heart and in your mind of what your life should be like. And what are you going to feel like if you don't go do that? What are you going to feel like in a year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? When you die, what are you going to be saying? Because I can promise you, bro, that dream ain't going away. That dream was placed in your heart and in your mind by God. It is your purpose. And you are obligated to go build it. And for you to go build that, it's going to require executing when you don't fucking feel like it. So you better just go out and figure this out right now. It's discipline. It's not motivation. Look around at your life. If you can't go from looking around at your life, then just expect your life to get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And in 20 years, you're going to be saying, fuck, I should have fucking went. I should have went and did that. And 20 more years past that, if you don't do it then, you're going to be saying, fuck, I wasted 40 years. I wasted my life. Fuck. That's what's going to happen to you.
Not going to happen to me. Could never be me. Not a chance in hell. And that's why I share my story. I share these mindsets. I share the things that I attain because I'm literally going through this process right now. And I talk about it all the time. The little flame, desire. The Latin root of desire is desire, of the Father. The thoughts, the little flame, the thing you can't put away. It is a direct gift from God. And he puts you on this earth to make that thing happen, and not how you envision it happening, not what you want it to happen. My friends, if this whole thing, what you see here, was supposed to be what I wanted it to be, right now, I would be on SportsCenter talking about sports gambling and going all over the world from this sporting event to that sporting event, giving my perspective on how you could make money on said event. That was what I thought I was supposed to do. I got into this whole game via sports gambling, via sports and numbers and fantasy football. And then I found my calling. I found my purpose because I wasn't afraid to keep going. I wasn't afraid to keep listening. I wasn't afraid to keep dumping gasoline on that fire. And am I where I want to be? Hell no, by no means. One day, by the grace of God, you're going to see this show live from a studio. You're going to see more shows live from a studio. You're going to see so many amazing things come from this company because I simply believe. And that was the problem for the longest time. I was just doing, but I didn't believe. I wasn't taking time to reflect on all the things that I had done, all the things that I had created. And I'm telling you, that is the secret. Believing in yourself. People say, oh, I believe, I have faith in it. And then they just do. And when they're doing, they have negativity about that thing. Or they think, oh, I'm going to do this anyway, but I don't know if it's actually going to happen. Well, you're already speaking it into existence. You have to believe that through your efforts, you will achieve. It's the same with rocket scientists. However much you want to believe that shit. Either way, when rocket scientists build rockets or build the newest technology, most of the time, they don't have some of the tools they will need to build technology. So they just start with what they have. They continue to solve equations, and then eventually they come up with the equation for the tool to continue going down the path, to continue building the entire rocket ship. The entire rocket ship is your whole life. And sometimes you're going to take off. Sometimes you're going to land. You're going to have to take off again. You're going to land. It's the facts of life. You can't know heights without knowing depths. You can't know love without knowing hate. You can't know light without knowing dark. It is the yin and yang fact of life. What happens if you don't do it? You stay exactly the same. You fall into exactly what Andy just said. You look back in 20, 30, 40, 60 years, maybe on your deathbed, and you see the ghosts of your past, of who you could have been, of the things you could have achieved. And that's not for me. I can't ever sit back and just let this life slip by. So my friends, not for me, but for thee, I hope you choose to do it today, baby. And your final clip of the morning, my friends, features another man who we featured on this program quite often. A man who has given me tons of thoughts, perspective, knowledge, and insights in my time in these motivational and inspirational lanes. And I'm sure he will continue to do so because his words last and age like a fine wine. My friends, he is the one and only Brian Tracy, here this morning to give us some perspective on why everything counts.
Now, here's the key to the law of accumulation. This law says that everything counts. Everything that you do counts. The biggest mistake that people make is they think that only what they want to count counts. No. When you read a book, when you listen to an audio program, when you go to a course, when you go to bed early and get up early and you work, it all counts. And it's all going on the plus side of your ledger. But when you watch television, waste time, hang out, fool around, and so on, all of that counts as well. And it's going on the negative side of your ledger. A person who has a great life by the law of accumulation is a person who's accumulated far more credits, more pluses on the credit side than debits on the debit side. And here's an important point. If what you are doing is not moving you towards your goals, then it's probably moving you away from your goals. Nothing is neutral.
Oh boy. Sorry to drop that perspective bomb on you, smack you square in the soul. Nothing is neutral. And if what you are doing is not moving you closer to your goals, it is guaranteed moving you further away from your goals. That should be, no pun intended, your goal of life. To add credits to the good side. To just add positives. And there's going to be negatives, there's going to be moments, but don't intentionally do them. Don't intentionally put credits or debits on the bad side. Don't scowl at somebody, flip somebody off, cut them off in traffic, hold the door, add a plus. Smile at somebody, have the conversation, add a plus. Pick up the book, add a plus. Write your dream down in the secret formula, add a plus. You know what to do. We intentionally fuck up our paths. That's throwing stones in the path, is putting the negatives, continuing to play into the negatives, watch the Netflix, play Xbox, binge watch whatever, gamble away your money on sports you have no control over. You name it. Just keep adding the negatives. It all counts. And if your life isn't where you want to be, maybe it's because the wrong side of the ledger is filling up. Maybe you need to make the active decision, get into the present moment, start thinking about what you want, forget everybody else's opinion, realize yours is the only one that matters. Remember what happens if you don't do it, and realize that everything counts. Maybe this whole message just came real full circle for some of you, as it did for me. I get into these intentions, I get into those moments. I don't even mean for this to happen. I do, but then it kind of organically does. It's what it's all about, my friends. Not fearing the future, not neglecting the past, remembering that, hey, I got a lot of lessons that I've learned, not neglecting the present, realizing what you want out of this life, forgetting everybody else's opinions, realizing that, boy, oh boy, you might be in a tough spot if you do it, but you'll be even in a worse spot if you don't do it. And everything you do on that path matters. Every bit of energy. You want positive energy, then add pluses. You want negative energy, then add your negatives. And whatever your energy is, whatever you put out is exactly what you're going to get back. And whatever you choose to dial into your frequency, the things you frequently see, what you watch, what you read, what you listen to, who you talk to, and how you speak to yourself, sets your frequency. Dial that in. It is those 5 things: what you watch, what you read, what you listen to, who you speak with, and how you speak to yourself. Dial those 5 things in, and you will be on the vibrations of the things that you were meant to have. It is your frequency, no one else's, yours. You are meant to vibrate at that certain level, and others that you may know, even those closest to you, maybe even your own mother, your own father, are not meant to vibrate on that frequency. That's why there's generational curses on your family, and you have been sent as to one to break those curses. Take up the shield and the sword and get in the business of breaking cycles. And realize that the cycles continue because all we do is continually add to the negatives and the debits on the balance sheet. When if we made the active decision to simply add positives. That's it. You know, I finally got the girl's name at the front desk. Stopped by yesterday and I took some time. I said, hey, never got your name. Now that we got you in the good vibe. She says, oh, my name's Michaela. I said, Michaela, it's great to meet you. I'm Colton. I said, hey, I just wanted to let you know I mentioned you on my podcast. You're somebody who I saw maybe dragging her knuckles. Life sucks. Work sucks. Woe is me. And just by setting an example, me coming in, smiling, saying, hey, I have seen your entire energy and vibe change. And she said, well, I will tell you, I do look forward to you coming in every single day. And I said, oh, that means the world to me. Do people say that to you? Man, I look forward to seeing you every day. I look forward to seeing your energy. But when they see you coming up to the door, they say, whoa, shit. Hey, look busy. Look busy. Such and such is showing up. I got chick. I'm reading a book. I don't. What do people do when you enter the room? And maybe that'll give you your answer on what side of your balance sheet is filling up and exactly what you need to work on. Who's to say? Who's to know?
Bruh.
Well, my friends, there's your second segment of this fine morning show. Let's get into your third segment. Time to connect with you, beautiful humming beans. I've been seeing that chat hopping and popping all morning long, so why don't we slide and see what you guys have been saying? So without further ado, it's time to get into that aforementioned third and final segment of the day, as we pull the drawstring back and send that third and final arrow of the day your way. It's time for your answers from the Anvil. Alrighty then, my friends. Here we are back live in prime time for your third and final segment of the day. Your answers from the Anvil here on episode 709 of Forge and Fuel on this terrific Tuesday, April the 15th, 2025. And I've been seeing y'all come alive. I've been seeing the perspective going and flowing all morning long. So without any further ado, DEEZY, shift me up, my guy. Who we got out there on this terrific Tuesday, bringing us some vibes? The man, the myth, the legend, Nick's Vlogs. Great morning, FNF fam. Happy Tuesday. Great morning to you, Nicky boy. How you nerd? Shout out. Appreciate you being here live in prime time in the chat. Grammy P, roll out the red carpet. GP's in the building. GMGM family, have a blessed day and be kind. Heading to club now, so take care and spread that PLP. Shout out to Grammy P and all of her Kiwanian Club ladies. We appreciate you. Shout out to you, GP. Appreciate you being in the chat before you had to get out of here for the day. Albright's Fur Farm, our good friends over there, and the man, the myth, the legend, behind that account, Jared Albright himself. Yo, what's up, everybody, he says. Great morning, everyone. Great morning to you, Mr. Albright. Appreciate the hell out of you tuning in live in prime time, as per usual. Kim Jones, it's a tremendous Tuesday to be alive. Shout out, Mama Bear. Appreciate those eagle emojis as well. Shout out, Mama Bear. Appreciate all your love and support being live in prime time in the chat. Angel SD, Mr. Peguero. Great morning, FNF crew. Great morning to you, Mr. SD. Hope you're having a solid start to the day over there. Over there on the West Coast, my friend. Appreciate you tuning in live in prime time. The beautiful Bella Rossi. Great morning, Mama Snow. Fantastic morning, everyone. Hope you're having a solid start to the day. Appreciate you tuning in, young lady. Our girl, Demetria. Great morning, fam. Spread your light today and have fun doing it. Right back your way, Demetria. Appreciate you tuning in. Thanks for all your love and support here of this show and the Diamond Hand fam. Jason Welch, what up, Gator? The man, the myth, the legend, GMGM, Gator 48. What rocks you crawl out from underneath? Ain't seen that face in a while. Shout out to you. Appreciate you being up in the place. You the man. Gator 48. Delta 24, GMGM peeps. Great morning, Anthony. Always great to see you live in prime time. Appreciate you being here, starting your day the right way, as per usual. Albright's Fur Farm, Jared Albright says, it's better to go to the source before believing a rumor. Ooh, isn't that the truth? What would Jesus do? Straight facts. You know, hey, man, I heard so-and-so saying this about you. Think about what you just said. You heard so-and-so saying, what about me? Okay, yeah, you go ahead. Whatever you think. Who's to say, who's to know? Shout out to Jared Albright, making your bed in the chat, doing hella push-ups. Shout out to all you beautiful humming beans. Yes, Jared, I saw this actually too, the blue. I appreciate you. This is like my color. People say that. This is Tahiti blue. And we do actually have some shirts in Mine and Shine Apparel that are this Tahiti blue. Now, this one you cannot get your hands on. It was an exclusive from the second annual J&J Weekend Getaway, where you disconnect and indulge. Yes, we hook the people up. Who's to say, who's to know? So you had to be there year 1, year 2. We'll see what's coming in year 3. However, we do have some shirts under this Tahiti blue, and I really like this next level, this here shirt. I can't give away all the secrets, but this shirt just, it fits well, good on the chest, good on the arms. I mean, it is a good fitting shirt. So that is the shirt of Mine and Shine Apparel, and all of our shirts here going forward and all the new drops and everything will be under that brand because I just absolutely love it. And I've bought pretty much every brand out of the store, and I think this is the best one. So shout out to Jared Albright mentioning the shirt. Reminded me of Mine and Shine Apparel, a little Tahiti blue for you. If you're looking for a little show swag, maybe repping some Forge and Fuel, maybe Decoding the Divide, maybe something else we got rolling, or maybe you just want a graphic tee, maybe something that isn't any DHMG or any show related. We got that too, don't you know? Because I like to wear cool shit. And, maybe I'll be making graphics from time to time. I say, wow, that would look good on a t-shirt. So I just put it on a t-shirt and then I put it in Mine and Shine Apparel and then I get it. Because sometimes I just like to wear this shit too. Who's to say, who's to know? In addition to Mine and Shine Apparel, you can also support this show, support the entire Diamond Hand Media Group by becoming a full-time member of the Diamond Hand fam. That is the other side of this fine company. We do have all the entertainment and events and all the good stuff, but we also do have a firm solidified network. If you have not gotten in the gateway yet, you are missing out. Start your 7-day free trial and begin your journey with the Diamond Hand fam today. It is our all-in-one community and resource hub packed with perks and benefits for all those who embrace the Diamond Hand way. If you're tired of the same old dull bullshit networks, well, come get involved, baby. And last but certainly not least, I just mentioned events. The J&J Weekend Getaway is officially a go, baby. Ticket sales are underway. Contracts have been signed. I have got my name on the dotted line. Many things are going forward. So if you've been hesitating or delaying, now's your time to get your ticket. Only 52 spots remain. They're quickly flying off the shelves. People are stepping up. We're rocking and rolling. What has D's got right here? Oh, shit. 59 days, 13 hours, 41 minutes, and 50 seconds until ticket sales close for the J&J Weekend Getaway. The annual J&J Weekend Getaway, this is live on the Diamond Hand Media Group's website, the DHMgroup.io, and you can see what all is going on and what happens at the J&J Weekend Getaway, baby. And if you want more information, you can scroll all the way to the bottom. Oh, look at these guys right here. Scroll all the way to the bottom. And right there, my friends, you will see how many days remain until the third annual J&J Weekend Getaway. And all the way back up at the top, D's, if you don't mind, you'll see Get Tickets. And if you click Get Tickets, it'll take you to this year's Eventbrite page, and you will be able to see all of the information, all the agendas. Probably going to take a while to load. Eventbrite is slow as shit. Once you click on that, it'll load up, and you can see all of the things happening this year, everything on the agenda. There is a full FAQ page. If you scroll to the bottom of the Eventbrite, there is 20 questions. I guarantee you, if you have a question, it is answered in there. I've been having tons of personal convos with people about the event, and when they would ask me something, I jot it down and I would put it in the FAQ. So I promise you, it is there. From pictures to videos to FAQ to agenda to full summary of the event, it is all there in the Eventbrite page, and you can find that located in all of the bios of our J&J Weekend Getaway socials. That is at JNJ_WG, J, the letter N, J_WG. That is where all of the latest and greatest information for the third annual J&J Weekend Getaway will be coming out, baby. That's also on X and Instagram. You can find that Eventbrite there once again, or you can go to the Diamond Hand Media Group's website, the DHMgroup.io. Go to our J&J Weekend Getaway tab, see all the information there, see the countdown, and then go to the Eventbrite right from the Get Tickets link live in prime time. If you're looking for the links to anything I mentioned, whether something for the J&J Weekend Getaway, the Gateway, Mine and Shine Apparel, or something else pertinent to DHMG, me, or DEEZY, you can find it all in this episode's description, located in the links below the summary. And while you're laughing looking at those links, maybe you could take a moment to smash the subscribe button, turn on a notification bell, maybe even hit a like button as well. What I'm trying to tell you is to not be a hoe and share the show and smash the shit out of whatever button on your screen, don't you know? Because it only helps us grow and flow and continue to get bigger and better on all the platforms we're live in prime time or even recorded on, and continue to make this show and all the shows that fall under the Diamond Hand Media Group umbrella bigger and better for each and every one of you. But my friends, that's all we've got coming your way for this terrific Tuesday. Can't thank you enough for stopping by and starting your day the right way. But it's time to get on up and get on nah. But before we do, a couple of things I'd appreciate it if you'd allow me to remind you. Number one, even a 2-year-old can make an excuse. Number two, even a dead fish can go with the flow. And number three, being at this here show as a member of the Diamond Hand Media Group, I ask you keep in mind at DHMG, we don't only HOLD, we hold each other up. And right now is one hell of a time to flex those diamond hands. Shout out to each and every one of you flexing those diamond hands on a day in and day out, night in and night out basis. We appreciate you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you for investing your most valuable assets with us here this morning, your time and your attention. You could have invested them 1,000,001 other ways, and the fact that you did here, we are forever grateful. We'll continue to pay back that investment to you by showing up each and every day on the consistent, persistent pursuit of our passions, giving you some high-quality ROI, and being right by your side while you pursue yours. But for now, my friends, it's time to make like a banana and split. But not before we also remind you that you are kind, you are smart, you are important, and you are loved. Have a terrific rest of your Tuesday morning, unless you have any other plans. For Mr. Producer, Derek DZ Snow, for yours truly, Colton Capp Sroka, we can't thank you enough once again for starting your day the right way here at F&F, baby. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow morning. But for now, we officially bid thee adieu. And we say unto you, peace and love.